Mes chers jeunes compatriotes,
My dear young compatriots,
la célébration de la fête de la jeunesse
the Youth Day celebration this year
vient peu après
is taking place shortly after the successful organization of the 6th edition of the Total African Nations Championship, CHAN 2020, which our country had the privilege of hosting from the 16th of January to the 7th of February 2021. It was an excellent opportunity to commune with all young African sportsmen and women and to showcase the vitality of the Cameroonian people. On that occasion, Cameroon, which is renowned for its legendary hospitality, was up to the task, thanks notably to the massive mobilization of its dynamic, talented, and enthusiastic youth. By hosting the Total CHAN 2020, our country was able to offer other young people from Africa and the world a wonderful sports and cultural festival, as well as a pleasant moment of entertainment within a rather challenging health context. As we can see, compliance with the preventive measures prescribed by the government and with other measures requested by the organizers of the tournament helped to ensure the smooth organization in Cameroon, a country of fraternity and peace, of the first international competition in a world that is grappling with the coronavirus. Given the success of this sporting event, I feel like saying that 2021 is beginning on a positive note for our youth. And I hope that this breath of fresh air will rekindle lasting hope in every one of you. Another event, the African Cup of Nations, Total AFCON Cameroon 2021, will take place in 2022. I have no doubt that it will be another opportunity for you to express your dynamism, talent, and enthusiasm. In spite of the difficult economic situation, our country is well prepared for both events. We have built ultra-modern facilities, some of which were used for the first time during CHAN that has just ended. We have to learn to preserve them. On account of their multiple achievements, Cameroon's young sportsmen and women deserve the sacrifices made for these major investments. This should be a genuine motive of pride for all of us and an encouragement to win more victories. I want to call on Cameroonian football governing bodies to pull themselves together and restore order to their organization. It is only in so doing that we can create the best conditions for the sustained development of our football. My dear young compatriots, as I have often told you, you should never lose hope in our country.
Vous devez garder foi en la
You should have faith in the future of a winning Cameroon,
et où chacun
where everyone is willing to work for the general interest.
vous devez demeurer à la longue
You should remain at the
les
forefront
combats vitaux.
to fight the vital battles of our time.
Le dire n'est
This
pas
does not
négliger
mean
les difficultés
that I am
auxquelles
overlooking
vous
the
êtes
difficulties you are facing.
confrontés. Mais,
However,
rappelez-vous,
remember 2 years ago,
dans les mêmes circonstances,
under the same
je vous
circumstances,
disais à peu près
I told you
qu'à chaque
along the
génération
same lines
correspond une
that
mission
each generation has a historic mission to accomplish for the future of the nation.
Il est clair
It is obvious that your mission today
avec la
is the
préservation
preservation of the peace,
de l'unité
unity,
de la prospérité
and
de notre
prosperity
pays.
of our country,
Par-delà les
beyond
contraintes
the
inévitables
inescapable constraints due to the changes taking place in the world.
La paix
Peace
condition
is a
indispensable
prerequisite
au progrès.
for progress.
Et comme vous le savez,
As you're aware,
qui est depuis
it has been threatened for a few years now in our country
par des bandes
by
d'armes
armed gangs
qui sèment la
that
terreur à
are
la
spreading
frontière ouest
terror
et
on the
l'extrême
western
nord,
border of the far
des
north
endroits du nord
and in
ouest
some areas in the northwest and
notre
southwest.
frontière est
Our eastern border is
également
also facing
sujette à des
insecurity.
faits d'insécurité. La jeunesse camerounaise,
Fortunately,
vaillante et patriote,
courageous and patriotic Cameroonian youth are effectively playing their role
son rôle
as the
de
driving
président
force in
à
the
la
defense
défense de la patrie
of the fatherland
sur ces
on these
différents
different fronts.
avec détermination,
Our young soldiers
professionnalisme
are actively
et sens
engaged
élevé du sacrifice,
with determination, professionalism, and a high sense of sacrifice
de manière
in
décisive
restoring
à
peace
ramener
to
la
our
paix
country.
dans notre pays. De même,
Similarly,
dans le cadre du diptyque
within the framework
armée-nation,
of the Army-Nation
les jeunes
tandem,
sont les plus actifs
young people are the most active in vigilante committees,
apportent un appui
which are
précieux
providing valuable support to the defense and security forces.
Cette jeunesse qui
These
s'implique,
dedicated
s'engage,
and committed youth
fait la fierté de
are
notre
the
pays.
pride of our country.
Elle constitue un modèle
They are a model of abnegation,
conscience
patriotic awareness,
de
service for the common interest,
de
and
préservation
preservation
de la souveraineté
of national
et
sovereignty
de l'unité
and unity.
nationale. Puisse leur exemple
May their example inspire you in various
dans
other
divers
aspects
domaines de la vie
of
nationale.
national life.
S'agissant de
Concerning
l'unité nationale,
national unity,
certains d'entre vous
some of you
ont vu
have
le
unfortunately
choix
chosen
de faire
to
alliance
rally
avec
behind the demons of
les
hatred
de la haine et
and
de la
division,
mus par un fanatisme
driven by
barbare,
barbaric
souvent
fanaticism,
conçu et alimenté des
often whipped up
pays étrangers,
and nurtured from foreign countries, or by a perverse use of social media.
tentent
They try to undermine the foundations of the nation.
Ceux-là sont des
They are
anti-modèles.
anti-role
Je vous
models.
exhorte à vous
I urge you to stay away from
ne
them.
contribuent pas
They are not contributing to building a prosperous Cameroon that is united in its diversity, an exemplary Cameroon that we all fervently long for.
Mes chers jeunes compatriotes,
My dear young compatriots,
notre pays
our country has just completed the establishment of its democratic institutions
tel que prévu
as provided for by the Constitution.
de nombreux jeunes
Many young
ont
people
intégré les
are
diverses
part of the
instances
various parliamentary, municipal,
et régionales.
and regional bodies.
C'est de cette manière
This is
que
the
se
way
prépare
the generational transition
générationnelle
in the management
dans la gestion
of
des
public
affaires.
affairs is prepared.
La propagande politicienne
Time for politicking is therefore over.
maintenant
It is now time to resolutely get back to work.
les collectivités
Regional
territoriales
and local authorities
constituent
constitute
une
a
pépinière
source of
d'opportunités
opportunities
que je vous invite
that I
à
urge you
saisir.
to seize.
Le gouvernement, pour sa
The
part,
government, for its
va
part,
poursuivre ses efforts
will
de
continue its
développement.
efforts to develop the entire country.
La participation
The
effective
effective
des
participation
jeunes à la
of
vie
young people in the
socio-économique de la
nation's
nation
socio-economic
restera
life
au cœur
will
de son
continue to
action.
be at the center of its
Pour
action.
cela,
In
il
that
veillera à
connection,
les impliquer
it will
davantage
ensure that they
dans
are
la prise de
increasingly
décision
involved
les
in
concernant.
decision-making concerning them.
Les grandes lignes de la
The
marche
broad
de notre
outlines
pays
of
vers
our
l'émergence
country's progress
à l'horizon
towards emergence by
2035
2035
ont été
have
redéfinies
been
par
redefined
notre stratégie
in our national
nationale de
development
développement
strategy adopted
récemment
recently.
adoptée. Il convient de s'en
It is
imprégner
necessary
profondément
to fully acquaint
afin de
yourself with
déceler
it
toutes les
so as to
opportunités
identify all the opportunities in the development
plusieurs programmes
of several youth
d'accompagnement
support
des
programs.
jeunes. Ces initiatives
These
sont en
initiatives
cours de réalisation
are being
dans
implemented
plusieurs secteurs
in various
productifs.
production sectors.
J'invite une fois de plus
I once more
le
call on the
gouvernement à
government
faire tout
to work towards
pour que
ensuring
ces programmes
the
connaissent
successful
un
implementation
plein
of
succès,
these programs.
car de leur mise
The
en
solution of the thorny
œuvre
problem
dépend en grande partie
of youth employment
la
in our
résolution
country
de
depends
l'énorme
to
problème
a large
de
extent
l'emploi des jeunes
on their
en notre
implementation.
Parmi ces programmes,
The programs
je
include
pourrais citer le
a
plan Trian,
three-year plan,
2020
which in
a financé
2020
environ
financed
500
about
projets
5,500 projects for a total amount of nearly 15 billion CFA francs, thus enabling the settlement of a little 16,000 people in 66 second-generation pioneer villages.
programme de promotion de
The
l'emploi
Decent Employment Program,
compte atteindre le cap de 500
which
000
aims
emplois
to create 500,000 jobs during the 2021 financial year.
Mes chers jeunes compatriotes,
My dear young compatriots,
la construction nationale
nation
est
building
une
is
affaire de tous.
the responsibility of all of us.
Elle exige un
It
esprit
requires
de
a spirit of
concorde, de
harmony
tolérance.
and tolerance among citizens.
Je vous invite donc
I therefore urge you
à cultiver cet esprit
to cultivate the spirit at all times and to champion peace in order not to squander the opportunities that your country is offering you.
en tant que composante
As the majority sociological component,
mobilisez-vous
mobilize
pour le devenir
for the future of your country, Cameroon,
Cameroun,
a stable,
un
united,
stable,
and prosperous Cameroon.
c'est votre précieux
It is
héritage.
your priceless heritage.
Soyez positif,
Be pragmatic
persévérant.
and persevering.
Ne cédez pas,
Do not yield to pessimism and discouragement.
rejetez
Shun adventurous paths and those that seek easy gain.
si vous allez
If you embark on the conquest of the world,
construire votre
come back to build your country.
faites rayonner le
Promote Cameroon like your compatriots, namely
le physicien
the physicist Arsène Stéphane Tema Biwole
national atomique,
at General
le
Atomics,
mathématicien
the mathematician and computer scientist Tister Job Mvondo,
de soutenir
who has just brilliantly defended his doctorate thesis at the age of 22.
l'écrivain Jaïd
The writer Jali Amadou Amal,
Porté
who, as you know, won the Prix Goncourt des Lycéens 2020,
que je ne sais
and many others that I cannot name here.
C'est en agissant ainsi
My dear young compatriots, it is in so doing
que vous apporterez
that you will effectively contribute to building a strong,
construction d'un Cameroun fort,
united, democratic, decentralized, and emerging Cameroon by 2035.
Je sais que vous
I know you can do it. I count on you. Happy Youth Day to each of you.
de la jeunesse,
Long live
de vous.
Cameroonian youth.
Vive la
Long live Cameroon.